This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to change my background real quick because sometimes that one makes people sick. So I wanted to let you know there is memberships now. There is 2 levels. The first level is $1.99, and that's just like, regular membership stuff. The second level is, I think, $4.99 or $5.99. That one's going to be the one where I release my documents. So as of right now, how I think I'm going to do it is like community post. I will post any documents I have, like official police documents and records and things, so that you guys can have that and use it for whatever. You could read it and review it, or you could take it and use it, build yourself a channel, whatever you want to do. So they're in review right now, and they will be available. It said it could take up to like 24 hours for those to be reviewed. So if that's something you might be interested in, that will be available. But I'm not going to try to push it. I don't want y'all to feel like you have to join anything or pay anything. We're all family here. You just hit the subscribe button. We're all family. That's good for me. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, A One-Way Street. It's nice to see you. Oh, Corey. I'm sorry. Corey. Good morning. Good morning, Jen. Anders, A One-Way Street. I think that's all I've seen so far. We are going to start with the interview that I just put out. This is going to be a second interview with Maddie's best friend. And there was one part when I was listening to it last night that I thought I needed to go back to the interview with Jen, where the SMEX crimes unit takes over. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this. And if we have to reference that, we can do it after this one. This one took me good morning, JR. I stayed up till 2 o'clock this morning trying to finish this video, and I had been up since 4:30 yesterday. And so I was falling asleep, and I was trying to do the transcript, manually and type in the words, and I kept falling asleep. And I had to go back this morning and check, and the last 5 minutes of it that I'd got done, the words were all wrong because I kept falling asleep. So I did get it finished this morning, and it was uploaded, and we can now go over it. So if you want to watch it without my commentary, go to my channel out and you can just listen to it for yourself. This is going to be, I'm cutting out. Okay, hopefully that's fixed now. I've told everybody to get off the internet. This is going to be with my commentary, and with that said, let's get started. With Maddie's best friend. If you see something in parentheses, it's what I think she said.
Let me put my dog up.
Yep, no worries. Hi. Hi, I'm a Detective Payne with the Sheriff's Office.
Let me call
Okay. Yeah, I just need to speak to her again. Should be quick.
her. No worries. I think she's home. My wife went to pick up my daughter's car.
So this is the friend that had been Maddie's friend since 4th grade. The first interview is on my channel. It shows Maddie wearing a white headband with little puppy dog ears is what it looks like. And it has a blue background with flowers on it. They came back after that interview and wanted to ask her a few more questions. And there's some interesting things that she says in here.
So you hear all kind of crazy rumors, but
Yeah.
hey, can you come downstairs? Are you home? Yeah. I need to with mom. Okay, come downstairs for me. There's a group chat between I got a message half hour ago that said that the picked up in Fort Myers. Where you fled?
Investigation's still ongoing,
Yeah.
so obviously a certain amount of stuff is
I understand.
So obviously, unfortunately, she is the best friend, right? So gonna talk to her again. Hopefully, nobody else.
I couldn't understand, but I thought he was asking about like saying that the school, like the kids at school have a group chat, and he was asking about the Stephen Stern situation because this is after we find out at the end this interview takes place after they find Maddie's body. So the friend knows that she's deceased, and I think the dad was asking something in reference to that and to Stephen Stearns because remember they were best friends, so they visited with each other a lot. I'm sure that her father, this girl's father, was a little concerned, learning that information. I would be. I think anyone would be and would be trying to as politely as possible talk to your child and ask them questions without trying to give away too much. You know what I mean?
Should be pretty quick. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? I'm Detective Kane. You can call me Jeff. I stopped by school today, talked to a few other friends. Unfortunately, you weren't there. So, do you mind talking to me for a few minutes? Okay. I typically talk to people in my vehicle. I'm parked in that black Chevy. If you want to talk there, obviously we're not going anywhere. It's up to you.
I'm not letting her get in the car by herself.
Okay. All right. You mind if we talk out here then?
Yeah.
All right. No worries. Dad, you mind going this way? So you have some privacy? All right. Like I said, I'm Detective Payne. You can just call me Jeff.
I like that, Dad. I was like, yeah, I wouldn't be letting my child get in the car either. I'd probably said the same thing.
Obviously, you're not smuggling, okay? Sorry to have you have to talk to somebody else. I know you talked to Brittany the other day, right? Yeah, she's a partner of mine. So there's a few other follow-up questions that we have to go into. I have your date of birth as, so you're 12, 13, just turned 13. Okay. So do you know what the difference is between a truth and a lie? What's the difference?
You want to tell me the truth?
Okay, I'm going to have to fix that. So my transcripts are off. I'm sorry about that. It must have got pushed around in the video. Jenny, thank you for saying thank you for your for staying up late. Yeah, I appreciate it. And again, I'm sorry. I'm noticing, like I said, the transcripts are off on this part. And Anders, yeah, this was a great picture of Maddie. It came from her stepmom's Facebook page. I thought it was real sweet. The picture, I did the background and like the border around it. But yeah, it's a sweet picture.
Truth, like you're saying something that's like fact and like real, and then the other one is like you're making up stuff.
Okay. So if I told you your shirt was black, would that be a truth, a lie, or something else?
True.
And why is that?
Because it is black.
Okay. So can you promise to tell me the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know, like I said, I know you talked to Detective Bradshaw a little bit about everything that's going on.
That's already
but you can just kind of give me a summary. How well?
I'm gonna post under the video real quick that I'll finish it after the live. I guess we'll have to deal with it for now. That's already irritating the crap out of me that the transcripts are off. Sometimes it happens if like anything in the video gets moved around. So I will re-upload this and fix it. I'm probably going to go ahead and private it until I can fix it. But we'll still be able to watch it here.
How well? You call it? You know.
I'm nursing fourth grade.
Known her since fourth grade. Okay. Do you think you guys were close? You guys best friends? How do you?
She's my best friend.
Best friend. Okay. Would she say the same thing to you about you? That you guys are best friends? Okay. Okay. Do you think you guys confide everything in each other? You guys share your secrets? Like, there's levels of best friends, right?
We share everything.
Share everything. Okay. Okay. So, did she ever tell you about anything that was going on at home?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot. Like they'd have arguments, but it was just like arguments. Like I'll go clean your room, and she'd be like, "No, I don't want to."
Okay. Anything else?
She'd come to PE, and she'd be like, "I had a fight." Like when she'd come complain.
Okay. Did you ever complain about anything else? Nothing else. Okay. Have you noticed any big changes in her behavior lately?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about those. Okay. Sorry. Polar.
Yeah. She kind of acts bipolar a little bit.
Okay.
She'll have mood swings.
You talk about.
She takes medicine.
Okay.
If I was a nurse, like, she has ADHD.
Okay.
last time I saw her was Sunday. I was at her birthday party, and when I first got there, she was a little upset.
Okay.
And then she was also kind of upset that like she didn't get enough presents. She didn't get like most of her family wasn't there.
Yeah.
And she didn't get enough presents, or money or anything.
Okay.
I guess because she hyped up her birthday party so much, and then when barely people came.
Okay.
That was really sad to hear to me. Like, she was super excited about her birthday and then nobody came. And so, of course, she was a little irritated and things. So, I mean, that's really sad. I know she had wanted her mom there and more of her family, and they were unable to make it. Like, that really bothered me about this.
Okay. So talk to me about a big change in her behavior. So like a long-term change, right? So she's happy for a few weeks and she's sad for a few weeks. Like when has that big change happened? So you tell me that she was upset at her birthday party, but it sounds like she had a reason to be, right?
Yeah.
So was there a big change in her behavior at school that you noticed at school?
Sort of.
Okay. Can you talk to me about that?
Yeah. Valentine's Day was the last time she started like this. The last time she took her meds.
Okay.
When she's on her meds, she's like nice. She's fun. She's caring. She's not snappy at all.
Why'd she stop taking them?
I'm guessing because she felt more free.
Okay. Did she tell you that, or is
No.
okay? She didn't tell you why she stopped taking them?
No.
Okay.
She would say that she forgot them. That she forgot to take them.
Okay. Do you know exactly what she was on?
No.
Probably not. You know, it's
Other than her ADHD.
just ADHD. Okay.
And then when she's off her meds, which she has been lately, she's very snappy.
Okay.
She gets mad at stuff that I would do or that anyone else would do
Okay.
when she was off her meds. So
Did she ever talk to you about being depressed or wanting to hurt herself or anybody else?
I knew she went through a phase where she was very depressed
Okay.
and she had a hard time getting out of it.
When was that?
She never told me when it was. She just
Okay.
like,
She just told you I was depressed, or okay. You don't recall being around her during that depression? Okay. How about suicide? She ever mentioned suicide, wanting to hurt herself or anybody else?
No.
Okay. I know she.
Oh, her crush. She's had a crush on him since like the beginning of school year.
Okay.
Um,
Did anything ever come of it?
Okay, so I just caught that. She said since the beginning of the school year. Where I had question marks. I put on headphones when I do these and try to listen to it to see if I can catch it, but sometimes I can't. But I just caught that. So again, I'll fix that when I redo it.
she asked him for his number and he said yeah.
Okay.
She would always text him.
You said text him or sext him?
Text.
Text him. Okay.
She would always text him and call him.
So it sounded like she said she would always sext him right there. It did. I had to go back and listen to it a couple of times, but she did. It was the way she said always text, and it sounded like sext. Corey, that's a good point. I don't think anyone should be not under that age should be dealing with like depression and anxiety, should know about that, but a lot of kids deal with it nowadays, unfortunately. That's about the time your hormones start to kick in, and if you can't understand what's going on, then things like that happen. I try to explain it to my kids that you're just going through some changes, and you might feel sad, you might feel happy, but it's all going to pass, and you're just becoming the young man or woman you're supposed to be. A one-way street says, Anders, I agree. I bet they felt guilty. I think they did too, but it broke my heart to hear that she was upset about them people not coming, like her family and friends. I really felt for her in that moment.
Sometimes he really isn't involved.
Okay.
He would never text her back.
Okay. Has she had any other boyfriends? No. Has she shown interest in any other guys?
She's had a boyfriend before.
Okay.
She recently got out of a relationship not too long ago.
Okay.
He didn't go to our school. He got expelled from our school. He broke the kid's elbow.
What's his name? You know what his last name is?
No.
Do you know where he goes now? White kid, black kid? Have you ever met him?
I met him once.
Okay. Is he your age? Younger? Older? Same age? Okay, so he'd be in 7th grade?
He's either 12 or 13.
Okay. You said he got expelled for breaking a kid's elbow? Okay.
She had another boyfriend.
Does he?
Yes.
Did any of these boyfriends ever amount to anything? Were they just hand holding and just nothing more than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a long distance, and then with David, it was all through text.
Okay. So did she ever talk to you about anybody else? Okay. So she never talked to you about anything else that was going on at home? Yeah, you mentioned that. I've gotten that from a few other people.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm trying to recall, but I don't think she mentioned anything else that at home or anything where we're all fighting. Yeah,
Okay. Did you guys follow each other on social media?
I'm not allowed to have them.
Okay.
The only thing I have is her YouTube shorts and
Is hers or yours?
hers.
Hers. Can I see those? You follow her on YouTube? Is that what you said?
Yes.
YouTube Shorts? How often did you go?
Every single weekend.
Every single weekend? Okay.
So I think he just asked her, how often did you go to Maddie's house? And I think she said every single weekend, but I do believe she says she didn't spend the night.
Did you have anybody else that lived there? If you want to still work on those videos. Oh, thanks.
I met Stephen once or twice. I met him once and I had shook his hand and then he said hello to me.
Stefan is. You said you only met him once?
I only met him once.
Okay.
I question why they ask her who Stefan was, and obviously she says the stepdad, but I wonder if that's because I don't know, sometimes in some stories like this, you'll find out that the stepdad is living in the house, but that everybody thought that the stepdad or the mom's boyfriend was the daughter's boyfriend. It's happened in some cases I've read about. It's not very common, but I think they asked that question because they're trying to see if she says Stefan was Maddie's boyfriend, something like that. Because obviously we know he was supposed to be like the stepdad, but sometimes they'll present himself as the girl's boyfriend or whatever. Yeah, a one-way street says, in my opinion, all the adults in Maddie's life failed her, and I agree.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just going to kind of look through these real quick. Is that okay?
She said she was going to show her face at 200 subs.
She was gonna what? I'm sorry.
Show her face at 200 subs.
At 200 subs. Okay. Did she ever make any other content?
I don't know. She has Discord, which is a streaming thing where you can go live. I don't know if she's ever gone live though.
Do you have her Discord?
I think so. I
Yeah.
don't know how to get down to Discord.
Okay. Do you mind re-downloading it for me?
That was interesting. I want to see what was on her Discord. I don't know. I don't even have a Discord. I don't know how to use it, but that was interesting to me that Maddie had a Discord. I think it's just like an app where you can chat, if I'm not mistaken. If anybody knows, let me know. Corey, I want to make sure I'm saying that right. Corey says Jen's ex-husband was named Steven. Yes, ma'am. We have, or yes, sir. I'm not sure. Whatever. Yes, we have I have an interview with him. His name was Stephen Young, and there's some interesting things that he states in that interview as well. That's on the page. Jen says it's similar to Twitch. Okay. All I know about Twitch is that it's a game streaming thing. Corey says, I think so, Jen, to you, Jen. I know Twitch is like where you can stream video games. So I don't know. I don't know much about these things. About the video being off, I figured out that it's because I did that little intro. So I'm re-uploading it now without the intro, and I'm going to try to fix it and get it back out on the page for you guys. Again, I'm sorry the transcripts are off. It's already driving me nuts. But if we can deal with it for this, I'll go over it, and then y'all will have the one that's fixed on the page after the live.
Can I run inside and grab a charger?
Yeah, of course.
My phone died as soon as I put the thing, so.
I saw it was low, but if you don't mind plugging it in so we can try to get Discord downloaded. Okay.
Every single morning.
So that makes me question. So, like Twitch, like Jim was saying, similar to Twitch, I know that's for gamers. And then Corey just said my son had Discord, and it's a messenger app for gamers mostly. Well, we know Stefan was mainly the gamer. I don't know how much of a gamer Maddie was. I mean, maybe she was really into gaming, but I think that was more of Stefan's thing, if I'm not mistaken, which is concerning to me. Jenny Jen says Twitch, you can stream just about anything. I know music producers go on it, video game streamers, just to name a few. Okay. I thought it was just for video games. Okay, cool. Thank you for the information.
She would wake up and she'd be like, hey, good morning. And then she would send me like a bunch of like Instagram reels or like YouTube shorts.
Okay.
Monday morning, she did not.
Okay.
Even if she were like sick or something, or she were to oversleep, she would still text me in the morning.
Okay. So that was always.
That was always.
Okay.
She would always text me in the morning and stuff. Monday morning, I thought it was suspicious that she didn't, but when she oversleeps, that's the only time she doesn't.
Okay.
But she'll still text me like when
she gets up.
she'll wake up.
Okay.
And then when I got off the bus and like I turned on my phone and she didn't text me, I was like, okay, something's up.
Okay. Did you reach out to her at that point, or
I called her.
you called her? Okay. Did she answer? Or?
So these two are more like sisters to me than just best friends. Like this girl knew her. She got up. Maddie texted this girl every single day. That tells me how close they were. And I'm glad that Maddie had a friend that she could talk to like that almost every single day.
You said that you met once.
Mhm.
What was his name? I'm sorry.
Stefan. That's what they call him.
Okay. Do you have any pictures with Stefan? Anything like that? You guys going out and doing things? Just casual pictures? Anything?
I had two pictures of him that
Okay.
I had tried to find last night.
Okay.
When I heard he was arrested.
Uh-huh.
I went through all of our text messages, all of our photos,
Yeah.
videos, and every like group chat or anything, but it was like completely like erased.
Couldn't find them?
I couldn't find them.
Okay.
Phone's ringing, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So that's interesting to me because if we remember the interview with Jennifer Soto with the Smex crime unit, we know that she was trying to access Maddie's accounts and get on Maddie's accounts because the police ask her why she's trying to access Maddie's stuff and that they need her to stop because they need to know if it's Maddie trying to access it and she's the one accessing it. So that makes me think that Jennifer Soto might have went through and deleted anything to do with Stefan in relation to like Maddie's text messages, Maddie's group photos, because what are you trying to cover up? Like, why would you do that? And then I got to think, okay, well, she's trying to cover something up. Well, what are you trying to cover up? The fact that he was possibly talking to her friends? Why are you going through and deleting all the pictures and things that are supposedly innocent that Maddie is sharing with her friends and whatnot? Why are you doing that? That I want to know the answer to that question. Why are you going through and just deleting anything that has to do with Stefan? Because she had pictures of him, and if they were in a group chat, then Jen would have been able to access that and delete it. Because she's in here, she couldn't find it. That's weird.
Yeah, so he had sent me like two pictures of him.
What was he doing in those?
Just looks like she took a screenshot from my FaceTime.
Jen, that's a good point. Jen says, wait, so when she checked her phone, it must have been after school. If that's the case, Jen had Maddie's phone. Why didn't Jen answer Maddie's phone? That is a good point. Great point. At One Way Street says, excellent point, Jen. I hope the mom gets charged. I do too. I think that, again, they gave her limited immunity so that they can charge her later. I hope she gets charged because there's no freaking way that you didn't know. I mean, I don't care how many meds you're on. Good Lord, you got to be so medicated that you're walking into walls to not know what was going on. Anders says, I don't even get the point with Instagram. X and YouTube's are the only ones I use. Yeah. I use Instagram sometimes, but not a lot. I check X for documents and things. That's a good place to get documents. If you guys are ever wanting documents, they usually get put out there first.
That he didn't know.
Okay. Did she ever send anything else of him? Nothing else? Okay. Did you ever see anything else of hers? Did she ever send you pornography, anything like that? No? Okay. Did she ever send you any pictures of herself that are pornographic or with anybody else? No? Okay.
She would send a picture, but it wouldn't go past like right here.
Okay. Of herself or of somebody else? Of herself. Okay.
This is for this time.
Sorry, I'm just gonna look through.
So he flipped through this for a long time. One of these, it might not be the same, but I decided to keep it in so we could see like him going through it and how long it takes him to go through it. That's telling us how much information there was on there that he's looking at. Corey says, Jen said trigger warning, and I've got it going at the bottom of the screen for you guys. Corey said, just my opinion, but Stefan Stearns keeps Jen drugged up and over-medicated to control Jen and Maddie. Yeah, that's very possible. I think he's a very manipulative person, and they were all keeping everybody drugged, in my opinion.
He said, or she, I'm sorry, she says in this message that she can't be on because that is there. Do you recall her saying that? Okay. I guess, did she ever,
So he said again, she says in this message, from what I gather, she says in this message that she can't be on because Stefan's there. And he said, did she ever
not hang out with you, whether online or in person, to see him?
He visited her when he'd move out. He like spent a day with her once, and then we were supposed to hang out that day, and she canceled because he came, and she was like, "Sorry, I can't hang out after he was coming."
Okay. Your mom seems to think you need to show me some other message between you and somebody else.
Anders, I used to play Tetris all the time too. I used to love that game on my brother's Game Boy, and I'm talking about the Game Boy from like the 80s, early 90s. I used to play it on my brother's Game Boy.
She just texted you when it was on there, so it popped up.
This is when it starts to slow down.
Okay.
This might be the one where he's actually scrolling down. I think this is the one where he's scrolling down and he takes like so long. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how long was this message? So evidently it was a big, long message. And this is a new one that I just found and put out today. I don't think this one's been put out. It's the second interview with the best friend. The first one took place at the school. This one's taking place at her house. It's a follow-up to the first one.
Did you show this to Brittany the other day?
I did not show it to Brittany.
You did. You did not. Okay.
I showed it to Debbie.
Good morning, Trixie. Anders, yes, she does. Let me turn this down. Wait, let me get through it. I left that in there so you guys can see just how long it takes him to go through that. Good morning, Trixie's creations for you. Anders, yeah, she seems to know a lot about it. And I want to know what's in that message. I want to know what he's reading right now. Like I want to see the court, the trial, so we get to see these things. I want to know what this message is, because her mother texts her during the police interview and is like, "Hey, you need to show that message to this officer while you're talking. What does it say? I want to know." Everybody's saying good morning, Trixie. Thank you at One Way Street. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Jen, my wonderful mod. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, I'm going to let this play so I can do an intro to this video real quick and try to fix it and get it uploaded for everybody that's not in the live. So I'll be right back, but I'm going to leave this on so you guys can. Like he's still looking for the through this message. Like that's a long ass message. What the hell does it say? I want to know, you know? All right, I'll be right back, y'all.
So where do you think she went? What do you think happened?
I think she ran away because she was scared that something was going to happen, or I think she was scared of. I think she wanted to get away from that, and he like threatened her that way she didn't tell anybody.
So this was important to me because this is again from the best friend's perspective. She's been in and out of that house quite a bit, and she thinks that Maddie was scared of him and that they threatened her so she wouldn't say anything. That is telling to me.
I wish she didn't tell me, or she know I would maybe someone told my parents or something.
Okay. Was she a virgin?
Yes.
She was? Okay. So, did she ever ask you to keep any secrets for her? No? Did she ever tell you anything that she implied was a secret?
Other than her life insurance.
Nothing more than that. Okay. Did you guys ever have any explicit conversations about sex? Okay.
She would text me like.
I would reiterate that you're obviously not in trouble or anything. Anything you tell me is in confidence. This isn't going to go to the school or your parents or anything. Okay?
On the news, you guys had said that when she turned 13, she would go in the woods.
Yeah.
That's not what she said.
What'd she say?
She said if World War III to break out.
Oh, yeah. 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 We're aware of that.
And then if she were 13, she'd go leave the house and never come back.
Is that what you're looking for?
No, she had sent me like something weird. But it's like not letter.
What was it?
It was something like dirty, like it was like a picture.
What was it?
It was she drew something on paper.
Okay.
It was weird, and it's you're the person who interviewed me had sent her.
Brittany.
Yes.
Okay. So Brittany.
Okay. Thank you, Trixie, for sharing me. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know what Discord, like I was talking about earlier, how I've never used Discord, but thank you. That means a lot to me. That really helps get more members in the speculating family. Yeah, a one-way street, I agree. It must have been traumatic. And Carrie says that talking about he had the pew in the bedside table. This picture that she's referring to, I have it. Unfortunately, even on the memberships thing, I don't think I'd be able to share it, but I can tell you what it was as kindly as possible. It was a piece of paper in a notebook, and Maddie had, like, you know, kids will doodle during school. Well, she had drawn a picture of a man standing and a girl on her knees, and the intimate act that is, and then she drew a picture of the other intimate act, and I'm going to leave that at that. And that's what the friend is talking to. She had drawn a picture that was dirty and she showed it to Brittany. That's traumatic too. Just the fact, number one, that Maddie drew that picture, because I saw it and I wish I hadn't seen it. It's horrible. The fact that Maddie drew that picture and the fact that the friend had to see it and then finding out all these things were going on, and that's probably why she drew the picture. And I couldn't imagine seeing something like that at that age, and then knowing that your friend drew it and then finding out all this. It's just, that's a whole nother level of horrible. Oh, thank you, Trixie. I appreciate that. That helps so much. Thank you.
Brittany has it. That's okay.
She would also on call, like, she'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Like, if me and him were together.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware of that. Yes. She'd ever confided anything in you personally, though? Okay. About anybody she might have been in a relationship with? Do you think she might have been in a physical relationship with?
No, she was always so obsessed with it.
Okay.
It wouldn't seem like she was.
Even before she had, then it was, so never anybody else? Did she ever come to school with bruises or anything?
Nothing you know of.
Not that you know of?
Other than like makeup around her eye.
Okay. Did she come to school with makeup around her eye and you asked her and she say it was bruised or no?
She'd come with like red eyeshadow like under her eyes.
Okay.
It would look like she'd be crying. She'd be like, I'm not just makeup.
Had she gotten her period? She had? Is that something that you two would discuss?
She told me she got hers because I
Okay.
did mine was like 2 days after.
Would she tell you every month that she got it?
It's pretty much just to give me a heads up that I'm getting mine.
You said you're typically 2 days after? Was there ever a time when it was irregular? When, it came early for her, or it was late for her?
Yeah, last month it was late.
I'm sorry, you said
Last month.
last month it was late? Do you remember what she said?
I got like, she didn't say anything. She was like, oh, I haven't gotten mine yet, or anything. Like, I haven't had cramps or anything like that that would show a sign of a period. And then, like, after like a week, I was on mine. And
Okay.
2 weeks after, she got hers.
Okay, so she did end up getting it. It was just late. Okay.
I wonder if she just told her friend that. I wonder if her period was late. I think they thought at one point in one interview it was late by 2 months. And I'm thinking that's what Stefan was freaking out about when his father references him like really stressed out a day or two before everything happened. I'm wondering if that's the case. Lord, I hope not. God knows there's enough babies out here having babies, but good God. But I'm wondering if that's why he did what he did. I'm not real sure. Because it sounds like in this she had little boyfriends beforehand. Now, whether Stefan and Jen knew that she had a little boyfriend at school or something, I don't know. I know that she was talking to them about crushes, which is also a possible motive. That the period being late thing is weird to me. And then she said she told her friend about 2 weeks later that she got it. You got to remember they probably had, sexual education and things in school. So maybe she told her friend that her friend was checking up like, hey, did you get your period? Just checking on her because she knows like what that could be a sign of. And Maddie was just like, yeah, I got it. Her friend states that to her knowledge, Maddie had never had relations with anybody, but still she could have been just asking and Maddie could have felt weird about it and just been like, yeah, I got my period and not, or she could have got it, we don't know. But that was interesting to me.
You said it was 2 weeks, though.
Around 2 weeks.
Yeah, Corey, I felt the same
Did you
way.
have a conversation about that? About what could have caused that?
I'm wondering if that's a mole on her nose. I wasn't sure if it was a piercing. Okay, Jen. it looks like a piercing, but I'm wondering if it's a mole right there. I couldn't really tell. If it is a piercing, she would have to get permission. And I think still most tattoo shops won't do piercings even with parental permission unless you're at least like 16. That's the way it was when I was younger, because I got my belly button pierced when I was 16, and my mom had to like be there, and I couldn't even get it done until I was 16. Yes, Corey, Maddie does have a beautiful smile. Good morning, JR. If I haven't said good morning to you already, Maddie may have thought she was, that way and told Stefan. I think it's a big possibility. I really do. And yeah, Maddie had a beautiful smile. She was such a beautiful person. Um, and I really, I've talked about it before in other lives. It really bothers me that she didn't know just how beautiful she was. She's very beautiful.
Did she show any concern about being pregnant?
Anders, that's very true.
Did she say that she explicitly wasn't? I know you said that she was a virgin, but if she missed her period, did it come up again? And she reiterate that she could not have been pregnant, or no? You don't know? Okay. You don't know if it was talked about, or you?
I don't think it was.
Okay. Is there anything else you think I need to know?
Other than that, it's weird how she called me and was like, hey, they were like, we need somewhere but then I was confused because she told my dad.
So that part, I listened to it so many times and tried to catch what they were saying, but I just couldn't get it. If y'all can, let me know what you catch in the comment section.
Same thing.
That what?
That she dropped her off. Not.
Shut the off.
Yeah, and she didn't say anything about
Okay.
not even one mention. And then she seemed really calm like every single time I would talk to her or anything, she wouldn't be like freaking out or anything.
Yes, JR says, I think some nose rings are not piercings, they're just clip-ons. And yes, that is true, and it could be that. I actually had got my daughter one because my daughter wanted to do that to her nose. And when she was about like 14, I got one of the fake ones and put it on her nose just to play a trick on my mom, because my mom was like, she about had a heart attack. But she's grown out of that phase. She don't want to get it done now. I always think you look, I mean, it reminds me of like the piercing right there. You know, that's what they do to cattle. So I'm like, it reminds me of, like a cattle nose ring. I don't know. It's weird to me. I don't like it personally, but I do have my nose pierced on my nostril. I've actually had both of them done. That's just me personally, but the middle part, I don't like it personally, but it looks really good on some people.
Is there anything else you think I need to know? Okay. Are you aware of what's going on? Have you seen the news and stuff about how Stefan, about how he was arrested and stuff? Okay, you're aware of what he was charged with? What was your reaction when you read that?
Shocked.
Shocked. Okay. Why exactly? Was it just because you never thought it could happen? Like what was the cause?
I get, like weird signs from him, but not that he would like touch her weird or anything like that.
Okay, so what kind of weird signs did you get?
Most likely that crossed my mind, like that thought crossed through my mind.
Okay. When was that?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay. So, before or after you saw the news? Before you saw the news.
before I saw that he was.
Okay. The thought crossed your mind that he was doing something with her, or?
That he, yeah, that he would probably do something.
Okay. Why exactly?
Because they were really close. Like, me and my dad are close, but not like we'll be on FaceTime
Okay.
and stuff. Like, that was like close.
Did you ever ask her about it?
No.
About their relationship, or why they were so close, or
Um,
make any jokes about them being close? No?
I asked her why, like, I was like, oh, it's so cool how you remember.
Yeah.
We were really close. And she was like, yeah, but like, being on like FaceTime is like a lot. And she was like, yeah, we're just really close and stuff. Like, she's been there for me and stuff. So.
Okay. Okay. Are you aware of the sleeping situation in that household?
That
Okay. How about she has her own room there, right?
had doesn't, well, like, sort of.
Sort of. Okay.
They kind of split the loft and like got and like made like a bedroom out of that. Made like got like 2 room dividers
Okay.
and that was her room.
Did she ever talk about anybody sleeping in her room with her? Okay.
Other than her going to when she was sick.
About when she would go in from when she was sick.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think that she was saying there, other than her mom, and that she would go in Jennifer's room when she was sick, or it could be talking about the dogs.
So she never talked about him getting into bed with her or anything like that?
No.
Would you ever sleep over at her house?
I had asked my parents because no.
Okay.
Because they didn't just little anyways.
Okay.
But that's before Stephen. That's after Stephen moved out.
Okay. Why did he move out?
I didn't know, but
Do you know when he moved out? A couple months ago? You said you don't know why?
I asked her, but she couldn't answer my question.
I want to know why he moved out too.
Anything else you think I need to know? Okay. I appreciate taking time to talk to me. I'm sure Brittany told you the same thing, but nobody knew her better than you, right? So it's unfortunate that it seems like not even you knew everything that was going on in her life, right? So, and we're just trying to figure out what all happened. And if this was, she asked you to keep a secret or something, you know, obviously you're not in trouble. You know, she is certainly not in trouble. We just need to know about when people became aware about what happened. You know, if this is something that, you know, it's.
I just caught Anders says that I think Jennifer dehumanized Maddie, and I agree. I agree very much. I think, I don't know, she didn't treat her like a daughter. She fought with her all the time, which, I mean, you know, could be considered normal, okay, but like just the way she treated her, I don't like it at all. And I have to question, is it because she was jealous of Maddie for whatever reason?
It's happened before. That's why I asked. Is, you know, you think you're keeping a secret from somebody, and you are. You're doing what they ask, right? But when people go missing, we just need to understand when this became aware, right?
Her like running away or anything.
Yeah. So, what was going on at home is something that obviously nobody your age should have to deal with, and it was something that she was having to deal with. And I find it hard to believe that she didn't confide in anybody,
Yeah.
not even her best friend.
So I wanted to ask you guys, where are you finding these texts at? Because that's been mentioned a couple of times, and I've tried to pull text messages, but I'm not able to pull them. So let me know where y'all are finding this text message, specifically the one about not taking any chances, because the Orange County Sheriff's Department references me back to Kissimmee, and Kissimmee says that they aren't releasing that information. So yeah, if y'all don't mind, let me know where you found that so I can try to figure out how to get it for us to go over.
I think, I don't know if this is like true or not, I don't even like really know. I think Stephanie probably like threatened her and not say anything to anyone because I wish she would have told me.
Yeah.
That or she was scared that I was doing this to my parents.
Yeah.
So
Maybe. But in my experience, it tends to come out anyway.
Okay, so Corey, was this is it the people who paid the money to get the immunity interrogation interview? There's 3 people in that group. I know the docket is one. I think Plunder is another, and the other one was possibly Gray Hughes Investigates. Was it one of those people who was talking about it? The interview. Okay. Maybe they got it.
Everything's always been true and correct. I certainly appreciate you taking time again, so we can go back to it.
All right, so that's the end of that. After my live, I'm gonna go back and fix the couple of things that I caught.
If you're looking to sell your car, Carvana will give you a
I don't even have a car right now, so I'm definitely not looking to sell, but thank you so much. I'm gonna go back and fix that the couple of things that I caught, and then I will re-upload that. I again apologize for taking that off. It's just Oh, no, no, a one-way street. You're not being rude, sweetheart. I don't mind. Yeah, Gavin Fish does have a lot of paid documents. I go watch him too. I don't mind that at all. I'm not like one of those people. Just the only thing I ask is like if somebody's live at the same time I'm live, you don't go like, "Hey, this person's live," because that's like being, that's going to send everybody over there. But I don't mind you mentioning other channels. I appreciate it. Grizzly, yeah, she's good. I like her. I know she just got her timeline out. My mod sent it to me. And I'm still working on mine, but I've got like I'm adding in like the interviews with the best friends and the people surrounding. So it's taking me longer. But I am trying to get that done for you guys. I'm going to grab another interview for us to go over today. I'll go through this real quick. And I just mean real quick. I'm just going to really skip through, but if you guys haven't seen this, check it out. I just want to show you the car that the dogs hit on because it's not what you would think. Oh, sorry. They searched Stefan's car and they searched Jennifer's car. Notice which car the cadaver dog hits on. Spoiler alert, it's not Stefan's. All right, I'm going to speed through this like real fast just so you can see the dogs searching and then we'll see what they hit on. So I'm going to go at 2 times speed so we get through it because I really wanted to just go through it real quick. I'm going to mute it until we get to the part where they're going to hit. So this is going to be real fast. But they're I'll even skip through because I don't want to sit here and like play the whole thing because it's just the dog searching the car. But like you can see the dog is searching, searching, and searching. The dog breathing gets annoying. That's why I mute it. You can see. Okay. So the dog did not hit on Stefan's car at all. Searched the back, searched the trunk, and then they search it again just to be sure. And now we'll watch. I'm going to skip to where they do Jen's car. Yep. It's very strange, Anders. So now they're going to go do Jen's car. I'll mute it for a minute. And yeah, it is, I think that Stefan did put her in the trunk of the car, but we know. Hold on, I'll let you see this real quick and then we'll discuss it. See right there. He hit the back seat. Okay, so while we finished watching the end of that, we heard the dog hit on the back seat. That's the first time in that whole video that the dog barks. And see, he's laying down right there. I think that's another way that they can tell. But we know that Stefan had Maddie's body in his car while he was driving around with her in the front seat, and then he moved her to the trunk. Okay. So at what point did he put her in Jen's car? Because he got the flat tire on his car going to dump the body. And then he left in Jen's car from the hotel room for like 2 hours and just disappeared. And then he came back later. So that's telling me he went and maybe moved Maddie's body from where she was, put her in Jen's car when he had left the hotel room, because it has to be during that time period that he left the hotel room. So did he move Maddie's body, or did he get Maddie's body in the car for some other crazy reason that I don't really want to mention? Like, I want to know why it's hitting on Jen's car, because that means that he went and did something with Maddie while he had disappeared for that 2-hour period from the hotel room. Anders says, yeah, the decomposition starts to go fast. The dog would sense it. Yeah. That was just insane to me. That was why I put it, because I don't really do like the dog searches, because like in the beginning there was dog searches of where like they searched the church and things, and in the beginning, before we knew all this other information, it might have been good to put out, but after that, yeah, no. So we'll listen to this. This is where I love this one. The female detective. This is after she's taken his phone. I think it's the next day. She goes back and is like, okay, do we need the pin for your phone, or do I need to get a search warrant? And like, this cop is just having none of his bullshit lies. I love it. I like this female cop. I'm assuming that's from the interviews we have. I'm assuming this is the one named Brittany, because it does sound like the same one that did the first interview with Maddie's best friend. Yeah, Carrie, Corey or Carrie, that's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I mean, because that's the only thing that makes sense on why it would have hit on Jen's car.
In this audio, we're going to hear several things of importance.
Oh.
The first of which being there is a child that Stefan called Poopy
That's
Head,
scary.
while him and Madeline are texting late at night.
That was just creepy. Try listening to your voice on 2 times speed. Ugh. All right, here we go.
I think they're referring to Stephen Young's daughter, the one that Madeline considered a sister. Let me know who you think it could be in the comment section below.
I was questioning after listening to the interview with the best friend if it could possibly be her. So it could be either Stephen Young's daughter or the best friend, I'm wondering. In my opinion, Stefan Stearns is a sick, vile POS. I don't put anything beneath him. Yep. Yeah, Andrew, she's not impressed with his lies in this interview at all whatsoever. She is done with his shit. I love it.
Also, Stefan gets caught in so many lies, it's ridiculous.
Case number 24-11313. Today's date is February 28th, 2024. The time is 00:16 hours. Speaking with Stefan again. Okay.
So this is 12:16
So,
morning.
as you guys know, they have, right? They've been
Mostly things like when you're going to call us, when you're going to come up here and visit, you poopy head, get online, things like that.
okay. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Your phone. I told you that I was gonna hold on to it and that we would like to download your phone, right?
Okay.
Is this something that I have your consent to do, or do I need to get a search warrant for your phone?
It should be fine.
You're okay with us going through your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have the pin to your phone?
I just realized
Uh,
I just realized it cut a part of that out, so I'm gonna have to fix that video too. But it states she asked him, you know, you're texting somebody, FaceTiming somebody late at night at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Who are you? Why are you messaging? And it like redacts the person's name, the child's name. And he said, she's like, why are you messaging that person that late at night? And then she asked him, is like 10:30, 11 o'clock a normal time for you to be FaceTiming this child? And that's when he answers, you know, that, you know, they're just asking about when he's going to come. Hey, poopy head, when are you going to come visit and things like that. I don't know why it cut that part out, but it did. I guess when I was making
42586.
he is so creepy. His voice is like nails on a chalkboard for me. Yep. A one-way street, exactly.
42586. Okay.
So when I do these
Perfect. Thank you so much.
when I do these videos, like, okay, I do my lives in the morning, and then I homeschool, and then I get whatever I'm gonna cook for dinner out because we don't eat out. Like, I'll have pizza once every 2 weeks. That's the only like prepared meal thing I get. So when I'm getting these interviews together, it's like usually while I'm cooking dinner at night and trying to clean up and trying to get the kids ready to relax for the night. So sometimes I need to start re-listening to them and make sure nothing's cut out because I would have caught that part. So I apologize, but I told you what it said. So you guys that are hearing the live are privy to that. I don't know if I'll be able to fix it or not. I can try, but if I do, I'll lose all the views and stuff for that video. I would rather like re-upload it, but then I'm going to have 2 of the same interview. So I'll have to figure that out. She should be asleep. That's right, Jenny Jen. She should be asleep because of her medication that late at night. Exactly.
And then, okay, so when you guys FaceTime, what do you guys talk about?
Okay. Well, maybe it didn't cut it out. Maybe I thought it did. Hello, Truth Seeker. Hi, it's nice to see you. Thank you for joining the Speculation Family chat. I hope that you like it here and we'll decide to hang out. It's nice to see you.
Here too. We're just chatting.
Okay. I noticed that at some of the times that you guys are FaceTiming, it's like really late. Is it normal for her to be in bed late?
Yeah.
Okay.
And her bedtime's usually around 10:30, 11 o'clock. I talk to them both before bedtime when I'm not here.
Okay.
10:30 is supposed to.
So who are you talking to both before they go to bed? Obviously one's Maddie, but who's the other one that you're talking to at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night? And like Jen said, why is she not asleep? Maddie takes sleep meds. Why are you still have her up 10:30, 11 o'clock at night? FaceTiming another child.
Supposed to be her bedtime, but she gets to push it sometimes.
Okay. When you guys are FaceTiming. Okay.
Sometimes phone to FaceTime with her, sometimes FaceTiming them both together on one of the phones.
Okay. And then you said that yesterday you accidentally factory reset your phone, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what time that was?
No, it was sometime in the morning. I had been pushing off doing an update for a while.
Was that before or after you went to the smoke shop?
Before? I'm not sure. I'm not a morning
Okay, so JR, that is my speculation. And again, my channel is based on speculation just for anybody else out there in the bushes. Everything I say is speculation. Um, so JR, I thought it was her stepsister. But after hearing that from the interview that I put out and then just had to redact until I can fix the transcripts, the one that we just listened to, after hearing that the best friend talked to her on a daily basis, like in the morning, I'm wondering if it was the best friend that they were FaceTiming at night because we know she talked to her on a daily basis. But I think she talked to her stepsister on a daily basis as well. So I believe it's definitely one of the two. But when I say in the beginning of that, I think it's Stephen Young's daughter, which would have been her stepsister. Again, that's just my speculation. I don't know. If y'all think it's somebody else, please let me know. Truth Seeker. Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for checking me out. I hope you like it here.
Person. It's a newer phone. I was doing this update, had some sort of weird option at the bottom that said something about reinstall everything, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing.
Okay, can you
Jen was
explain
right
to
there with
me, where were you? Like, were you in your settings?
I was following whatever the links were for the OS update.
Where I don't have an Android, so I don't know where.
I'm not super tech
Is
savvy,
it like
I'm
a
so sorry.
text? Was it?
It was a push notification
JR,
that came in at the top that I had to.
I'm not sure. I'm still going through. So I got a big dump of files in the bit like about 2 months ago, and I'm still going through. That's why I'm getting these other interviews out. Most of these are old interviews, but I'm trying to get them out. And like I found that one last night with the best friend. I'm still looking through. I'm not sure if there is an interview with the stepsister. If you heard somewhere else the stepsister say that they talked on a daily basis, then that might have been who it was. I just kind of assumed because he said, "When are you coming to see us again, poopy head?" And I figured that he was referencing the stepsister coming to visit because we do know that she visited the house sometimes. So that was kind of my thought process in this. True Seeker, yeah, this is a rough case. I agree. JR says Maddie's cousin was close to her too, so it could have been the cousin. That's possible. I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know what, like the cop even knows there's no update that's like reset your phone. Like you have to deliberately go and do that. And it asks you, because I've had to reset the kid's tablet and it'll like ask like 3 times, are you sure you want to do a factory reset? So again, she's not having none of his bullshit. I'm here for it.
I had just
Right.
been ignoring
Oh,
for
like
a
up
long
here.
time, yeah.
Okay.
And then it was it's a boneheaded maneuver.
Okay, and then where did it direct you to?
I don't know. It took me
Thank
to a
you for
page
that, True Seeker.
with all the stuff in the system, and I clicked something. I wasn't paying attention.
Do you remember what it said? Like, what kind of update was it?
It was like a big OS update, and it had all these options, and it was like reinstall something with all the apps and stuff. Reinstall everything, the apps and stuff. I don't know exactly.
So when I hear these, I try to keep in mind that like the police already know he's full of shit and that he's lying, but they have to get him on tape making these excuses so it can be used against him in court. And they can say, you know, obviously he's lying here, and here's the proof. Here's what he said. Here's what we know. So obviously he's lying. So we're proving in court that he's a liar. That's why they do this kind of stuff, because obviously they know he's full of shit. But when they get it on tape, they can use it in court to prove it to the jury. JR says parent has to approve an interview, and if parent questioned their child, they may have decided their child didn't know anything. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jenny Jen says thank you. A One Way Street says Truth Seeker, very tough case. Agreed. Yeah, this is bad. This is a horrible case. It hurts my heart. It really does. It's hard to go through all these interviews and listen to this monster and see the things like I was talking about, that drawing that she did when I was talking about that drawing earlier, that shit, I literally cried when I saw it. And I can't share it. I'm sorry. I don't want to do that to anybody else. But I explained kind of what was going on. But it made me cry. Like, my husband saw me and was like, "Why are you crying?" And I was like, "Dude, I can't even."
Exactly what I said. I pushed it and it started doing the update, and then it turned into some sort of reset or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to keep pausing, but yeah, JR, that's very true. Like, I just saw the picture and it made me cry. Think about, her friends, her cousin, her family going through this and how things like that would make them feel. My God. God bless them all.
I'm not sure how I did that.
Okay.
I was half asleep and
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
And
Hold on.
then
Sorry.
when you came back
I didn't mean to highlight
to
that.
get your key fob, what did you do when you got here?
I'm sorry about that. I
what
didn't
say?
highlight that. I'm so sorry. I was trying to get off there quick. I'm sorry to hear that, Truth Seeker. Yeah, Jen says accidentally factory reset my phone twice. Okay, genius. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sorry to hear that, Truth Seeker. I hope that you have sought somebody to talk to get help with dealing with that. Oh man, yeah, I've been through some situations like that too. It's hard when you're a child to tell things that you feel are hard, you don't want to talk about, you're not supposed to tell because somebody's told you not to tell. Yeah, it's horrible. I hope that you've gotten help for that, and I'm sorry to hear that you went through that. A one-way street is sending you a hug, Truth Seeker. Yeah, I can't imagine what the house environment felt like either. So dysfunctional, said a one-way street. Agreed. For sure.
Got the key fob, ran back out again.
Okay, where did you park?
Right up here, I think.
Okay. How long would you say you were inside your apartment for?
Literally long enough to run in, grab the fob, and come back out. So.
Okay, and then what did you do?
Most.
What did you do when you came back up?
Got back in the car and went back on the morning mission.
Okay. The camera has you in the complex for 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, what the fuck are you doing here for 12 minutes? But that was irritating. The morning mission. Truth Seeker says there's so many people that suffer, they don't know how to get help. Yeah. We were talking about domestic violence yesterday, and I put the number in my description box. And I'll try to put in the description box of this live, something that you can see, some kind of number or way to seek help for that as well. That's important information to get out. Truth Seeker says, my heart goes out to all the victims of SA. It's horrible, but we don't share and talk about it. Yeah. Does Stefan have? Okay. Yeah. So those scars are from, somebody told me in the comment section, because somebody brought that up and I said it looked like it was a surgery scar, and somebody said his parents said he had to have intensive surgery on his stomach when he got hit by that truck when he was little. So that's what I heard it's from. I knew it was from some type of surgery. Truth Seeker says, thank you. Corey says the 12 minutes he was supposed to be walking the dog. No. So he talks about going back to get the key fob. Like, after he was already like way down the road with Maddie, he decides to come all the way back to the apartment to get the clicker for the gate. And she's like, but you were here for 12 minutes, like running in to get the clicker for the gate. If you just really just drove back, ran inside, and then came back out, like, it should have took you a couple minutes at most. You're here for 12 minutes, and she's going to go on about it. Again, just calling him on the bullshit because it's so blatantly obvious. Oh, JR said he also had stomach clamps for weight reduction. I didn't know that. Okay. Jenny Jen says, sorry to hear, Truth Seeker. I feel free to take a break and come back. Yes, please. If this live gets to be too much for anybody, if you're watching a replay or anything, please feel free to come back, to take a break and come back some other live. And JR, I didn't know that. I didn't know he had weight reduction surgery. I'm going to go ahead and play this, and we'll listen to this cop grill him because I love it.
Please don't skip us, because if you skip us, you're denying us and our
seem about right?
Yeah, coming into the complex, driving around, parking, getting the fob, coming back out. Sounds about right.
Okay. And then you leave. What time would you say you dropped her off at the school? Or not at the school, but in the area?
My estimate was sometime between 8:20 and 8:40.
Okay, the camera has you leaving the complex at 8:31.
8:31. Okay, so it must have been closer to 8:40 then.
Okay. And then after you dropped her off, did you go directly to the smoke shop?
I did. I went directly to the smoke shop. Waited. It was supposed to be open, but it wasn't. I waited a little while to see if they were just being slow about turning on the open sign. They weren't, so I went home at that point.
How long do you think you waited?
5-10 minutes maybe.
Okay, so if you drop her off at like 8:40, how far is the smoke shop from there to where you dropped her off?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many minutes. How far?
Did you go anywhere else after the smoke shop?
Sorry. I don't know. I don't think I went anywhere specific. I was just driving probably in the direction of home. But I don't remember stopping anywhere specifically.
And you were there for 5 to 10 minutes.
Roundabout, I think.
Okay, so like let's say you drop her off at 8:40. We don't see her car coming back south until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do?
He's like, like it's just normal for there to be a whole freaking, hour and a half, 2 hour gap there. She's like, yeah, what? No, I don't think so. Truth Seeker, her mom, you said her mom was busy into her work and not her child. The thing about that is that when we listen to Chris Stearns, which is Stephen Stearns' dad, he talks about Jennifer only keeping a job for maybe a week or two, and then finding another job. Like she wouldn't keep a job. So it wasn't even about that. Jenny and I have talked extensively about it, and we wonder if Jennifer wasn't just jealous of Maddie because she knew what was going on, or for whatever reason, like she couldn't be bothered with her child. She didn't care about her child, because when you find out your child has been SA'd for the past, from the time that she was 8 years old, and then you immediately go get a lawyer for the person who was doing it to her, like that tells us where your priorities lie, Miss Jennifer Soto. So there's so much to her dynamic with Maddie that's just so questionable in so many regards. And the cops in the interview, the video interview, the cops call her on it, and they're like, look, you got a lawyer for this motherfucker. Like, what are you doing, ma'am?
You doing between 8:40 and 10 o'clock?
Cruising around a little bit.
Okay, but I asked you earlier, like what you were doing, and you said you were there for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you came back home.
Yeah, well, I went to the smoke shop, like I said. But I may have been meandering around the area, but I made my way home.
Okay, but I'm asking you earlier, right? And even like
she's calling about it. That word meandering gets used so much in this story. It every time he talks, meandering. I had never heard somebody use that word before. It's irritating. Like the word now irritates me. And from the rest of my life, I'm going to associate the word meandering with Stephen Stearns.
So like the first time we talked to you,
Truth Seeker, she did work at Disney as a concierge, but she had just got that job because they talk about her being in training. And I think she might have worked at Disney previously, but Chris Stearns is like, she was getting disability and she would keep a job for maybe 2 weeks at the most. And then she would have a different job and a different job and a different job. When we listened to the interview of the ex-girlfriend that worked at Disney, she talks about Stephen coming to work and saying that he had a girlfriend who had a daughter. So that tells me that Jen wasn't working there. He'd have been like, yeah, I date Jen, because she worked there. That tells me that Jen didn't work there at that time, that she was just, Stephen would talk about his girlfriend who had a daughter. And then at some point, Jennifer started being a concierge there, but it was real recent because she couldn't go to Maddie's birthday party because she was still in training. So again, showing that she doesn't have a good job history. Yeah, JR said she hadn't had a job in a long time, only 2 weeks and in training. Why couldn't she take off for the birthday party? That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's what everybody's wondering. JR says a one-way street says JR agreed she was on disability. And as for start date, I don't understand why it couldn't be different. Yep. Everyone in that area worked at Disney. Yeah, JR, Disney's, I think it's real close to that area. So it'd be normal for people to work, like, a lot of people to work there because they employ a lot of people. Disney's a whole nother conspiracy theory and rabbit hole that we should talk about. Like how many predators have been found to be working there. It's insane.
You're not telling us that you're like, just cruising the area, like you're coming home. So I need to be able to explain to my supervisors why there's such a time gap.
I mean, I don't know what to say. It was just a normal day. I didn't have anything important to do. The smoke shop was supposed to open soon, so I made my way over there. Wasn't any particular rush though.
Okay, but can you help me explain to them? Because I don't know the explanation or the answer to this question. Okay. So can you help me explain to them why there's such a delay in the time?
No, can't explain it. I wasn't going anywhere in particular.
Wow.
Wasn't doing anything in particular. Just making my way to the smoke shop. Waited for them to open. They did not open. And then I left.
Where did you go from there?
From the smoke shop, I went home.
Okay, the smoke shop is like 10 minutes from here, right?
15, 20-ish, something like that.
Earlier you told us it was 10 minutes.
Time is not a strong suit of mine. I'm guesstimating here.
I understand, but I have to be able to explain, where you were for an hour and 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And right now I can't explain that.
Okay. Smoke shop was supposed to open close to 10. I waited. They did not.
But you weren't sitting in a damn smoke shop parking lot for a freaking hour and 20 minutes waiting for it to open. Like nobody would be. That's just insane.
Not open. And I came home.
Hi, Bambina. Nice to see you again.
What time specifically is it supposed to open?
10 o'clock is when it's supposed to open.
So why'd you go at 8:40?
Like I said, I didn't go exactly at 8:40. I went to the smoke shop after I dropped her off.
But even
So, Bambina, I appreciate your opinion on that. I think people view birthdays differently. Some people view them as a big thing. With it being her 13th birthday party, it might have been big. However, some people feel like you do, that they wouldn't take off work just for a birthday party. And we can all agree with that. And we can all, have different opinions and be respectful of everybody's opinion. I appreciate you sharing your opinion, and it's nice to see you again.
if it was 9 o'clock, that still would have been an hour before they're supposed to open.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you think?
I didn't think it would be.
I don't know about video. I do have the receipts for that, and I can pull that up if you want to see. They do have the receipt in some of the documents. And I can pull that up if y'all want to see the receipt from the smoke shop. Just let me know.
I was hoping I would get there early enough and wait for it to open.
So you would have waited an hour for it to be open?
I did not wait an hour. I got there maybe 20 minutes before it opened, 15 minutes before it opened, and just sat and waited.
I do want to reiterate, if you have just started a job and you are in training, taking off work would look bad. Even for a birthday party, because you're in training and you're already asking for a day off. So I do want to reiterate that point, because that's very true. Thank you, JR, for that. It's nice to see you, Tarina Mullins. It's nice to see you. Thank you for being here. The family is Hispanic. So yeah, the 15th birthday, her quinceañera, would have been a big deal. New to the channel. Thanks for covering this. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that.
but then you're seen coming at 10 a.m. when it's supposed to open, already coming down. Just
Leaving because it was supposed to open at 10 a.m. I waited a few minutes after 10. They were not opening, and that's when I left.
you did not wait a few minutes after 10.
What do you mean?
At 10 a.m., you were seen coming down southbound on Dongyong Parkway at the intersection of Dongyong
At 10
Parkway.
a.m.,
and
I was
Greenway.
still in front of that shop waiting to see if they were going to turn on the open sign.
Okay, but if you dropped at 8:40 and you said you only waited for a couple minutes at the smoke shop, why would you still be there at 10?
I waited to see if it would open, and they did not open.
We got that part, but you said you were there for a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still saying he was there for a couple of minutes, and they're like, "Sir, you're telling us you sat in that parking lot from like 8:45 or 8:50 to like 10:30? What the hell?" Thank you, Trixie, for being here. I appreciate that. Bambina, everybody else that's here, thank you for being here.
And then you said you were there after a couple minutes after 10. So that's
It doesn't make
it doesn't make
sense.
sense.
I apologize for that. I'm trying to help you out the best that I can, but
Right. So like if you drop her off around 8:40, let's say give or take 10 minutes,
Thank you, Trixie.
you make it
I
to
will
the
wait
shop
for you.
around 9, the smoke shop,
Anders and everybody else who is here. I appreciate everybody being here.
and you sit there and wait for a couple minutes for it to open. You said you waited for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, right?
Mhm.
Does it make sense that you're still there at 10 o'clock?
I was there at 10 o'clock.
Okay, so what did you do before that?
I dropped her off, and I made my way over. Not a direct route, but I made my way over there.
Did you stop anywhere on your way to the smoke shop?
I don't think so.
Do you have problems with your memory that you can't recall what you did?
I'm extremely ADHD.
I love that part. Do you have problems with your memory? Are you just being, I mean, she's like, what the hell? What's your, I mean, come on now, dude. And Bambina, I appreciate your opinions, and True Seeker, I appreciate yours as well. I'll tell you a story real quick. So my kid's best friend in the whole wide world, it's two smaller children that they're best friends with in like the whole wide world. They are Jehovah's Witnesses, okay? And in that religion, they don't, so they have birthdays and they celebrate. Birthdays are a big thing and anniversaries are a big thing, but like we do Christmas and Halloween and things, and they don't celebrate those things. So we don't talk to them. Like I tell the kids, don't talk about Christmas and things like that. Because, just out of respect. So, I just want to reiterate, dates and things like that are different for different people, and we can all feel a different way about it, and we can all still be respectful of everybody's feelings and opinions about it.
I'm sorry. So just details start to get fuzzy after a while. Even the times I'm giving you are my best guesstimates here. I didn't have my phone with me at the time, so I wasn't aware of exactly what time.
There's no time on your car?
Transpiring. There probably is, but it's not my car.
A one-way street brings up a good point and says her actual birthday was the Thursday before. So maybe they did something special as mother and daughter. That is a good point. We don't know that. Maybe they did.
It's my parents' car.
How certain are you that you were outside of the smoke shop at 10 a.m.?
90% sure.
What makes you think that you were there at 10?
I saw lights on inside the place. It looked like they were coming to life in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it looked like they were about to open.
Mm-hmm.
And I was waiting to see if they were going to turn on the open.
Do you remember if there was anybody inside?
I couldn't see inside from the outside. But after I came home and then went back to the smoke shop again later, when they definitely were open, I stopped in and got my vape juice finally. I don't remember the name of the guy working there, but he was like a skinny guy.
Thank you, Truth Seeker.
Short, skinny guy.
When you came back for the fob, did she go inside with you?
No, she was in the car still. She was asleep.
Where in the car?
Passenger seat.
The front seat.
Correct.
Okay. Did she at any point go in the back of the vehicle, like in the back seat?
No.
So she was in the front the whole time?
Mhm.
Awake?
Thank you, Truth Seeker. Thank you for joining the Speculating family by subscribing. I really appreciate that. It helps me so much when y'all do that.
Or asleep?
She was asleep.
Okay.
She was confident. We had gotten up. early.
How was she positioned in the front seat?
Leaned back in the seat, just kind of conked out, napping.
Where was her head in relation to the seat?
Against the seat, I think. Against it. Just
Was the seat leaning back or?
the seat was leaning back. Yeah, she had leaned the seat back so that she could recline and.
Okay. And then I need you to try to, refresh your memory. When you got the flat tire on 192, what could you see around you?
It's 192. It all looks the same. I'm so sorry. I'm drawing a blank as any specific businesses or names.
Did he pull off to the side of the road to a business?
I pulled off into a side plaza, like one of those little strips along the side. Dug around for my spare and my jack. Thankfully, we had both.
What direction were you coming in?
I was going towards John.
We have I have 2 interviews out of 2 people who passed him on the road while he was changing his tire. Those are on my page if you guys want to hear that.
Okay.
So that direction.
And it was a plaza. You don't remember any businesses that were in the
I
plaza?
don't. I was focused on the.
What
wheel
color
that
is the
was-
plaza?
God, I have no idea what color the plaza was. I'm sorry, didn't even register a detail like that.
Okay, remind me again what you were doing on 192.
I was looking around at different game shops. One of my card games just had a release on Friday, Lorcana.
What card are you talking about?
It's like a trading card game, and they had a big release on Friday, so I wanted.
So any area that he had the flat tire, it's like mostly wooded because we know he got the flat. Well, we can assume he got the flat tire from disposing of Maddie. And they're asking about plazas. So I would like to know, maybe I can look on Google Maps and see if there's even any plazas in that general area or if it's mostly just wooded.
Wanted to go around.
What's
to
the
see-
card though?
I'm sorry.
What is the game?
It's called Lorcana.
Lorcana?
Yeah, Lorcana. It's a trading card game made by Disney, kind of like Pokemon cards or Magic the Gathering.
Okay, and you stopped at what shop?
In the when I read the Reddit post, I call it La Carena. I think so. So it's good to know how it's pronounced. You keep seeing those flashes of the pumpkin because I had to record this audio. I could not get it to pick up on my video editor. So I had to come in, make a recording of this audio on one of my lives like now, but it wasn't a live. It was just a recording. And then I had to go put it in my video editor and do overlay. So I'm sorry y'all see those jumps of like the background in this video. That's why.
I stopped over by Target. I was going to see if they had any. I then went up and
The friend, his best friend from the Warhammer thing states how he had to get out of it because it was so expensive.
was going to go to a place called House Rules Games. That is on 192 and Oak Street.
Mm-hmm.
I did not make it to House Rules Games because I got a flat tire.
Okay,
before
which Target did you go to?
that. The one down on 192.
192 and what?
Is there more than one down there?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with
No.
the area.
It's the one down there by the Walmart, I think. I'm not sure what the cross streets are. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish I could be more help. I'm so sorry.
And how long were you?
Normally they'd be like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. We understand sometimes some things are hard to remember. But they didn't say any of that because they know he's so full of shit and they're having none of it.
Change your entire floor?
I'm not sure how long it took. I got back here by like 2:35, 2:40, because I was trying to get home to go with her to go to school. And we needed to leave by 2:30. The flat tire made me late for that.
Okay. And there's absolutely nothing that you can remember about the plaza that you got the flat.
No, I don't remember color. I mean, it's all just kind of brownish, I think, along there.
And you said when you got your flat, you were heading towards JYP from 192.
Yes,
Okay, where's your flat tire at?
it's in the trunk.
Okay.
I've got the spare on there right now.
Yeah, I saw the spare. I don't think I have anything else. It's my phone number. If you can remember where you got your flat tire, just have her send me a text message, okay?
Okay. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I know the details are important, and just the way our brains work with ADHD is those things can get fuzzy.
Are you on any medication?
I'm
Not that fuzzy, sir.
supposed to be. I have not been medicated lately, so
Okay.
I'm not a morning person.
You're
I'm
good
not-
at one-way
I'm very
street.
time blind on the best of days and forgetful. So I understand that none of that is helpful in this case.
Okay.
I'm pretty sorry.
I explained that we're gonna have the apartment secured for the rest of the night. Okay?
Why? So the investigation is not going to happen tonight?
It is. So I explained to her, me and him have been out all day, right? So we're gonna go home, but just because me and him are going home doesn't mean that there isn't other people out here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We have another unit out here, which is called Violent Crimes. They're out all night. So they're gonna keep looking. We also have some of our detectives that were sent home earlier to get rest because they were gonna come and relieve me and him, right? So we're gonna take like shifts with the investigation. Because obviously if we're exhausted, we're of no use. Right?
We're all exhausted too.
Right. Does
My
that
brain is mush.
right? And we don't want that to happen with anything that we're doing. So what we're doing is we're taking turns with whatever needs to be done. So we'll brief whoever's coming next, and then this is what we did. This is what needs to be done. Okay. The reason we are keeping your house for the night is because your house cannot be completed by one person, right? We don't do that. We have a unit that comes and takes pictures and does whatever they need to do with the house. After a certain time, it's only one person working in that unit, and she can't do it by herself. So
JR, I didn't know that. I know they do, but I don't think they make a real big deal about it. But I didn't know that. I know anniversaries are big. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you for letting me know that.
people come in at 8 o'clock in the morning. So when the rest of our squad comes in, they're gonna come in and tackle your place as a unit so that they can get it done quicker. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And then I explained to her too, because in your car, we are gonna also tow your car. Okay, it's gonna go to our sheriff's office, which is at 2500 West Colonial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I would have loved to see the look on Stefan's face right then. And JR, you sound like me. Like I would go and look it up real quick too. Thank you.
She said she needed to get her medication. You're not under any medication.
I have medication in the house though that I do need to get, my blood pressure meds, anxiety meds as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to figure out where all of this stuff is. Where's your stuff at?
Upstairs in the guest room currently.
In guest room number 4?
Yes. And it's on top of the mini refrigerator.
Is it on? Does it have your name on it?
Yes, all of it.
Okay,
Should
where
be
does she
4
keep her?
bottles.
Where does she keep her medicine?
In her zipper case on her nightstand.
They're like, sir, you're not about to go back in that room and destroy evidence. Not today.
In the downstairs.
Correct.
What zipper?
It's like a little sort of brown zipper case. It's on her nightstand. So right on top of her
Okay, so I can just bring the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if there's any bottles on top of the nightstand around it too, but you
I'll
might
just
want to
grab all
grab
of
those.
this.
Yeah, just.
Is
grab
there anything that you can recall that we haven't asked you? I know we asked you like a whole bunch of questions earlier, and we just asked you like a whole bunch more.
I don't know. My brain is so mush right now. I barely slept. I haven't eaten in 2 days. I'm trying to think of questions for you.
Can I see what shirt you're wearing?
What's that?
Can I see what shirt you're wearing?
Yeah. Just a blue shirt.
Hello, Liddy. Nice to see you. Thank you for commenting. I haven't seen you here before. What is the anxiety phenomenon? They say, yeah, a lot of people have anxiety. I think most of the population has anxiety issues, and this is not normal for that. Some of this could be side effects from medications. Personally, I think it's more anxiety over knowing what he did. On a normal day, maybe before this happened, being on anxiety meds, it could be side effects from some of the medications. I know Maddie at least was on Adderall, and that can cause you to have anxiety. I don't know if Stefan was prescribed that. I think they talk about he was prescribed Adderall. And again, that can make you have anxiety because that's a stimulant. But yeah, most of the population, in my opinion, has anxiety, and most of the population doesn't act like he does. So, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this. I'll let you know right now what I think about that.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
That's what I think about his anxiety excuses.
Okay.
Remember what shirt you were wearing on Monday morning?
Yeah, Jen and him were in a relationship and they had not been intimate in like over a year. And I've stated before, I don't know what man is going to be with a woman and you're not intimate at all. That doesn't make sense to me. So again, I have to question, what did Jen know? Because why is he sticking around if y'all aren't even being intimate anymore? There's just so many things pointing to the fact that Jen Soto had to know something. Even just walking around the house, you would have seen him say something. I mean, you would have seen him like the way he looked at her or say something out of line, at least at some point in the whole entire time y'all were together. You would have picked up on something, in my opinion.
I believe it was this shirt. I'm still wearing the same shirt.
Did he?
Have you showered since then or anything?
I showered the other night.
Oh, we know you washed off evidence. Stop lying. Anders says that his voice stems from believing he's a victim. I could definitely see that. Corey said you can tell they have a relationship by the way she hands him the phone. Okay. Yeah, I agree, JR. And Anders says, yes, Liddy. Meds seemed to be very important to them. Yeah, everybody was on like a crap load of medications in that house. And that can give us insight to how the household was on a daily basis. It makes me question a lot of dysfunction going on in that house. And it being normalized and saying, oh, well, just need medication for this and medication for that, instead of trying to get to the root of what's causing all of these symptoms and issues that everybody's having. A one-way street, yeah, yeah. Even the dog had anxiety because Stefan tries to put the leash on the dog, and if you're not really, really gentle with the dog, Jen says the dog will pee on the floor. Again, I mean, it's just dysfunction in the household is what that tells me, in my opinion. I think so too, lady.
No, not since yesterday.
Yep, Corey, they are.
Sorry, your hair is even still greasy.
I know you got a cut, right? From.
Yeah, from changing the tire.
Do you mind if I see your arms?
Yeah, go for it. I changed the tire.
Do
Like,
you mind taking your sweater off?
it's cold, but yeah. I changed the tire in like 10 years. I made a rookie mistake. Got my thumb too close to the jack in the frame and it slipped. Pinned my thumb in between the frame and the jack.
I agree, JR.
I got lucky. I panicked and pulled it out,
Let me see
which
the other side.
you're not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot
Go
of
like
pain.
this?
I panicked.
I look towards herbal remedies, plant medicines. I'm really into that stuff. But the best thing that I've ever found that worked for me is called Adaptive, and it's by doTERRA. That's like essential oils. So it's basically taking a lot of the plant and then you get the oils out of it. I like doTERRA, but that's just me personally. But plant medicines work really good. If you look up what plants grow in your area that you could use for anxiety and things like that, and then you can make a tea out of it, it'll work. I make salves and I make soaps and things too, and they work so good. I've got one for back pain that's just amazing.
And flip your handle?
Yep, Liddy, I'm really into that
Can you
stuff.
see the other one?
Like you wouldn't believe. I love it. And it works so great.
One of my parents used for a tire iron in there.
Do you mind if I take a picture of the cut you got?
Yeah, go for it.
Let me see if the flash works.
Anders, I've heard that, and I could agree.
Can you go like this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got
And then flip it
valerian
over.
root in my apothecary too.
Let me do this.
I've also got downy skull cap for
Flip it
that,
over.
passion flower. I got a lot
You
of
good?
I should show y'all my apothecary sometime. Getting plants and
She
stuff.
got her stuff. So let me go get your stuff and then you guys will be good to go. Okay, where are you guys gonna head? Do you know?
No idea.
Okay. Can you
Yeah, Anders.
give me an address of wherever you guys end up
Yeah, I
tonight?
think my dad's on his way down too.
Yep, they are. You can. Breathing exercises, all of that stuff.
Okay. Let me just verify the pills and that's it. Okay. And then your phone, they're gonna work on it overnight, so you'll probably get it in the morning. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, lady. Okay, so I think that's all of this interview. Yeah, there's so much natural stuff you can do out there. You have to learn about it and be interested in that kind of stuff, but I can tell you it works great for me. Yeah. Liddy, doctors do make money. They actually get paid by pharmaceutical companies. They'll come and say, I have this new medication for blood pressure, and I will pay you X amount of dollars to prescribe this to your patients. And that's how the stuff gets prescribed. Benzos are very addictive, Anders. They're not good at all. There's so much that you could do. I lean towards plant medicine because I got back to I have issues to where I would have to take antibiotics about once every 3 months, and it was just becoming ridiculous. And so I started looking into, okay, what did our ancestors do? What did they do before there was doctors? And that's what got me into the plant medicine. And I did have an issue yesterday. That's why I was saying I should have went to the hospital yesterday morning, but I was able to call the doctor and get a prescription. But that's the first time I've had to get an antibiotic in over a year because I use plant medicine for my stuff. It happened overnight, and it was just I had to get medicine for that, unfortunately. But I'm doing a lot better. And I am taking garlic and honey as an antibiotic, and I tried that morning, but it was just what I went through yesterday was just horrendous. I thought I was going to have to cancel a lot, but luckily I didn't have to. Yes, Liddy, eat clean and think clean, and it is so, and detox regularly. Yeah, it's so hard with the food that they sell at the store. A lot of the food that's regulated in the United States is not regulated anywhere else. They don't even allow it in other countries. That's right. Yep. JR, yeah, antibiotics will mess with your own body's immune system. That's why I try so hard to stay away from it. Like, I don't even want to take the one I'm going to have to take for the next 5 days, but I had to. Oh, thank you, Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. Thank you, A One Way Street. Thank you, everybody who stopped by and decided to chat. And even if you just watched and hung out, I really appreciate that. Anders, yes, the Woody Allen comment was very telling. I'm trying to get to that interview. I'm going through everything and I'm trying to get that out. Okay, Liddy. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, everybody, again. Thank you, Corey, for being here. If you are watching the replay, I appreciate it. If you guys like what you hear and like what you see, consider subscribing and being part of the Speculating family. And I will try to see what I can get. I'm going to fix that interview with the best friend and get it out. And I'll see what else I can get out today. Hopefully some more things. I will be live in the morning, but it will be at my weekly time, which is 9 a.m. I'm going to try to do weekly at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on the weekends at 11 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Liddy. Thank you, everybody, again for being here. I hope you all have the best day that you have ever had in your whole entire life. And I shall see you guys in the morning. Have a good day.